Welcome back to another Theme Park Conductor episode. I am your host, Theme Park Conductor, and today we're at Disneyland, well, not Disneyland, DCA, to experience the first day of the Festival of Holidays. And it's raining, but it's going to be a good time. We're starting our first booth at Brew and Bites, and looking at the menu right here, I think I'm going to get I think I'm going to try the beef brisket slider and see how that is. I cannot wait to try it. Why don't everybody at home join me on this wild, wet, cold adventure at DCA. Alright, so we are about to try the slider from a Twist on Traditions food booth. I'm super excited. It looks pretty interesting. It looks bite-sized. Let's give it a shot. I do like sliders, so what could go wrong, right? Let's give it a shot. This is for you, Tommy. Shout out to Tommy Toon World for his world famous food reviews.
Last night just I slept in.
Wow.
I got a hold everything.
Absolutely incredible. The bun, not stale, absolutely amazing. The sauce, I think they have marinara sauce in it. Really good. Grilled onions, amazing. The slider itself, just absolutely incredible.
Brisket slider.
I give it a 4.8 out of 5.
It has like some sort
Absolutely
of
incredible.
sauce on it. Okay, so the beef brisket slider, really good. Packed a lot of flavor. The meat was very moist and everything, but the sauce, I feel like, made it. I feel like you needed the sauce because it might have been a little bit too dried out. The pretzel bun was very soft. Sometimes it's a hit or miss with the pretzel bun because it can be kind of dried out and kind of too hard to bite down. But everything complemented each other. And as we say on Holo Gelato, we rate things by yucks and yums. And that slider is 4 yums for me.
Absolutely. So we just finished the first booth out of many booths we're going to try. I say many because I want it to be many. Obviously it's not. It's only 6 booths this year. And hopefully whoever the next CEO is, rooting for Daddy Josh, he brings back at least 2 more booths to make it 8 booths, or even be more generous, give us 10 or 12 booths in the future. But
or how about be even more generous and give us 2 brisket sliders?
You heard it from George, 2 brisket sliders. You heard it, Josh, tomorrow.
And better presentation.
Yeah, better presentation. A hazelnut, hot cocoa, and they give it to her in kind of like a cup that has no...
A kid's meal cup.
A kid's meal cup. So, I don't know, that's not looking right. So hopefully... future events, including Lunar New Year, Food and Wine, and 2026 Festival of Holidays, they correct that problem. But on to the next one. So we are now heading to our second booth called Favorite Things. This is the booth that's going to have 3 or 4 mac and cheese dishes on one menu, which is crazy. I don't know why, but Disney loves their mac and cheese. It's nuts. And look at George and Abby. Just they're really just planning on it here. Oh, George is going wild. He's going Tarzan. He's saying, you know what, screw these things. I'm doing it. He's stripping. In the middle of all these people. Unbelievable. Crazy. But we're gonna check out one of the mac and cheeses, and this will be our second booth of the day. And as you guys can probably see, I'm surviving in the rain. I haven't melted yet, thank God. So our second booth we're going to try is Festival Marketplace Favorite Things. And we have here the braised pork belly adobo with garlic, rice, and pork belly. It looks pretty interesting to me, so we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. So we're about to try this braised pork belly adobo. And George was just telling me right now, this is funny. So when he was doing his little clip for his video upcoming on Holo Gelato, the band stopped playing.
Literally. As soon as I was done recording, they're like, we'll be back shortly. I'm like, ain't that a beast?
Just because George is here, that's the only reason they do that crap.
Of course.
Of course. So this is that pork belly with the garlic rice. I cannot wait to try it. It's from Favorite Things. It has egg, it has green onion in it. I can't wait to try it. So the rice is very good. Now I'm going to try the pork belly. If I can get it under control here. It's flaying around like crazy.
I love how pork belly can just like rip right off too.
I love that. So the meat falls apart even before I try it, so that's going to be amazing. Absolutely delicious, not chewy at all. It tastes very, very rich. The sauce they use kind of reminds me of a sweet honey barbecue sauce. So I can't wait for George to try it and see what he thinks. But initially ripping it apart, there was no type of issues with that. It just fell apart, so I love that. So I give this a 4.9 out of 5. So definitely a must try at Favorite Things at one of 6 booths for festival holidays.
I do have to say too, like I've like watched you eat, like how you look on camera, and you just do it like so respectfully. Me, I just like take like a big old bite, and I have like puffy, like I look like a puffer fish, like.
Oh, of course. Hey, that's the Italiano on this guy. I don't know. He's crazy.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
We do everything big.
Exactly. Big or go home, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. So now we're going to get Hello Gelato's reaction to the pork belly with the garlic rice. And I'm going to do a little correction here. Instead of what I said with the tangy kind of barbecue sweet sauce, it's a adobo sauce. And George is going to give us his opinion on what it tastes like.
Yeah, absolutely. So I agree with you. I think the pork belly was cooked just right. Very moist, very juicy. I just feel like that the adobo was just a little bit overpowering. I swear to God, like that is like...
Of course. Right when you get on camera, right when you get on... See, this is going to be the kind of like the serious... kind of funny moments during this video.
I try to be all professional. I'm trying to go all Food Network where I'm like throwing off the spices and everything. And like just everything around me is just so inconsiderate and disrespectful. Like
it's only when he's around too. It cracks me up.
But in any case, I feel like that the adobo was just a little bit too heavy.
Yeah.
I feel like really you could just taste, you could hone in on that vinegar taste. And I feel like that's really all you can taste.
Yeah.
I like the natural flavors of the pork belly.
Sure.
The garlic rice was a home run. I absolutely
definitely.
love it. I think if you were to get like a little bit of everything, then it would mask a little bit of that adobo taste. But in any case, as I said, over on Holo Gelato, we rate things with yuck and yums. This was 3 yums for me.
Yeah, and I kind of rated mine very high. I said a 4.9, so I'm going to correct mine, maybe do a 4.3 on mine. Again, it's all due to the adobo sauce kind of overpowering, especially with the vinegar. I kind of felt like they went to my local Costco and they got the case of vinegar and threw about a quarter of that box into this adobo mix. I don't know why.
The best way that I could describe it is you're supposed to take your socks off before you step on the grapes.
Pretty much. Pretty much. And they did the opposite effect of that. So we'll see. So right now we are at our 3rd booth. I'm going to get 2 items off this menu. And as we walk up here, we're going to try the holiday M&M and Claire filled with milk chocolate mousse topped with whipped garnish and M&Ms and milk chocolate minis. And then the other one we're going to try is a tropical holiday punch with pineapple, orange, lemon juice, blue raspberry syrup, and coconut puree garnished with blue raspberry gummy candy. I'm not the biggest coconut puree fan, so this should be interesting. Okay, so the 3rd booth we're going to try today It's Merry Mashup, and it's literally right in the front here as you're heading towards Pixar Pier. And the first item we're going to try is the M&M Eclair, Holiday Eclair, from this booth. And look how themed this thing is. This thing is freaking awesome. I cannot wait to try it. They went all out. Ah! Uh-oh. We had a little bit of a oopsie. That's all right, it's still safe. It's still safe. But we're gonna try this and see, he's still safe, he's okay. So we're gonna try it and see what happens. So let's give it a shot. So then Eclair is, if many people don't know, an eclair is a donut basically, but this one has chocolate mousse in it. And I've never been a fan of chocolate mousse at all, but this is not rich at all. This is the right amount of flavor I was looking for. And again, it's very decked out, so I'm very happy about that. Very festive for Christmas. I have to give this eclair a 5 out of 5. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's awesome. Minus the little incident we just had with me dropping it, but that's okay. It didn't go to waste. Believe me, it's good. The next item we're gonna try from the same booth, Merry Mashup, is gonna be the Tropical Holiday Punch. And this one's got me interested because it has coconut in it, and I'm not a big coconut fan. Even with pina coladas, there's a lot of pina coladas that kind of go a little too overboard with the coconut, so I'm hoping this is not the case, but it does have blue raspberry liqueur in it. It has some other stuff in it, so I can't wait to give it a shot. This is what it looks like. Let's see what happens. So right off the bat, I can taste the blueberry a little bit. I can taste the coconut. The coconut is almost a little too much, but not way too much. So that's a bonus. So for the Tropical Holiday Punch, and I got the non-alcoholic version, but they do have an alcoholic version. I have to give this a strong 4.9 out of 5. Absolutely incredible. It's both these items are definitely a must to get for the Festival of Holidays, and I cannot wait to try Grandma's recipe. There is one item, possibly even 2 items I want to try from that booth as well. And then that's gonna basically conclude my review of Festival of Holidays 2025 here at the Disneyland Resort, aka Disney California Adventure. I'll see you guys on the next booth. So we were back reviewing everything we tasted at Festival of Holidays 2025 at DCA. Overall, the festival for me was below excellent, but it wasn't terrible. I think the highlight of the festival for me was that melon guava drink was absolutely incredible. Very refreshing. If it wasn't rainy and kind of cloudy and humid, that drink would be totally refreshing for Southern California and the weather we get out here. But I'm going to turn it to Hollow Gelato and get his opinions on what we've tasted so far.
I agree with you. I think everything that we've tried was above average. I think that was the best way that I could describe it. And I also agree with you too, that the guava drink is really good.
All right, we're back here on location at DCA for the Festival of Holidays. We've already tried 3 or 4 booths so far, and overall thoughts of this is basically, in a nutshell, I don't put the event for this year at excellent. We've actually shared my opinion on Hollow Gelato just a couple days ago, on how Disney limited the amount of booths we have going back from 2017, and shout out to Theme Park Obsession for posting that on X. Back in 2017, we had 12 food booths, and now we're down to 6. A lot of the items we saw today for the grand opening were a lot of repeats from other events like Lunar New Year and Food and Wine. So there wasn't a lot of new items, and there were some items we didn't like, didn't care for, but there were items we did like. So overall, I have to give the experience, if I'm going to rate it out of 10, I'm going to give it probably an 8 for me, 8 out of 10. Again, there were some items that I really did like. One of the items that I have to say by far is just a banger, without a doubt, is that guava melon drink that we tried. Absolutely refreshing. Again, if it wasn't rainy, stormy, cloudy, humid, that drink would be very refreshing. It wasn't overpowering. The guava was not an overkill. It was just the right amount. Absolutely incredible. I would come back just to get that drink on a warm, sunny California day in the Christmas season. But George from Holo Gelato, I want to get your opinions on this. What did you think of the items we've tried, the booths we saw, how many booths we have this year, and what was your absolute favorite out of all the booths we've tried?
Okay, so yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think it was above average. I don't think it was like over excellent, but nothing that made it under par. If I had to give it a number, for me, I think it would be a solid 7.
Okay.
For me, for overall. I do agree with you with the guava drink. I think if we had like a normal, typical sunny California day, that drink would hit the spot. And I think to go along with that drink, I would have that slider again.
Yeah.
The slider and the guava drink, I think, would tie in perfectly for a nice little lunch.
No, absolutely. I think personally for me, again, that guava drink is going to be my highlight. The slider was not bad. It was a weird concoction, putting basically spaghetti sauce with brisket on a pretzel bun. So that was very interesting. I would be willing to try it again. So I would probably agree with you on that. But I do have to say that Dobu brisket slider, or not slider, but that pork belly. I do have to say that pork belly was absolutely incredible. I just don't think the adobo sauce they use with the vinegar, I think they added way too much vinegar, and it kind of overkilled it. If they didn't do that, I honestly think the guava and that would be my absolute highlight. So again, this is the first day of the event. It's going all the way to January 1st. Maybe they'll adjust it if they hear enough comments and concerns about it, because I know some people can't really eat that because they would get immediately sick, because vinegar is very strong. No matter what type of dish you use it for, it's very, very, very strong, very potent. So you have to be careful how to use that. And like I said, me and George kind of both agree that it was kind of overkill on that sauce. What do you think, George?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think, as I said, I don't have a problem with adobo, but I think it's just everything should come in ratio.
Yeah.
And it was way too much of it. I do agree with you. I think if they had the proper amount of adobo, that pork belly would have overpowered the brisket slider.
No,
because
absolutely.
The way that the pork belly was prepared, it was done very well. It was cooked very well, and the garlic rice, oh man, that just like hit the spot. And I think you're right. I think that would have been much better with the guava.
Absolutely, and again, they have room for improvement. They have room to adjust things. So I do hope they take that into consideration. There were some drinks we did try, and some food items like the pork belly and others that they need some work on. So we'll have to wait and see as time goes on. Again, this is only the middle of November, so they have the rest of November, all of December, and January 1st to correct us. Hopefully they do. But we're gonna probably head over to Disneyland and try some foods over there. There is kind of like a drinks
Drink trio.
Yeah, a drink trio that we want to try at the Golden Horseshoe. So you will see us next time on the same video, but you'll see us now at the Golden Horseshoe when you see us next. So George, it's been an absolute treasure. hanging out with you at DCA in this rain of all things. You know, Southern California never gets rain, but somehow we got rain. And of course, it just happened to be the first day of Festival of Holidays. So compared to our Eastern counterparts out in Walt Disney World, where it's 80 degrees out there, bright and sunny, you know, enjoying their Festival of Holidays. I wish we could have that out here, but no.
That would be nice. But there are times where Florida does get a lot of rain.
Yeah.
So the Floridians are probably looking at us like, hold my beer. Like,
yeah, pretty much, hold my beer.
But I also do have to mention too, because you mentioned that we're going to head over to Disneyland very soon. But I did check the app and the update. And with the Storybook Land Canals and Casey Jr., because today was supposed to be the first day that it was supposed to open.
Yeah.
But because of the weather, it upgraded. It went from closed for refurbishment to just temporarily closed. So that means it's supposed to be open, folks, but because of the weather, it's unfortunately done. If the rain does let up, I'm wondering if they will maybe consider opening it up later on in the day. We'll have to wait and see. We'll definitely take a look at it when we head over to Disneyland.
Absolutely, and like I said, it's been an absolute treat hanging out with Hollow Gelato. And I'm theme park conductor. This is Hollow Gelato, and we cannot wait to see you guys next time. Have a magical, magical day. See you soon. So we are now at the Golden Horseshoe at Disneyland in Frontierland, and we have the sampler in front of us. It's the Neapolitan ice cream floats sampler. It is a Magic Key exclusive. So the first item we're gonna try is a Coca-Cola cherry with vanilla ice cream with a whipped cream and a marshmallow cherry. So if I can get it out, this is it right here with the cherry on top. So not bad. I love cherry Coke. I love vanilla ice cream. Not bad. So the second one is, it's gonna be, let's see, right? She put it backwards. So I have to kind of jump.
Yeah, gotta go through.
Okay, so the second one is gonna be whipped cream and rainbow sprinkles root beer with chocolate ice cream. I don't know how I feel about it.
No, the rainbow was for this one. It cut off, so you have to start off with the strawberry.
So it's, where is it? Oh, root beer with chocolate ice cream and whipped cream and chocolate sprinkles. There we go. See, that's all right. I don't need to edit this video. I'm not professional anyway, according to George. So it doesn't matter anyway. So this actually reminds me of like summer nights when we did movie nights at my parents' house. It was like every other Friday or every Friday we would get a movie from Blockbuster. Remember Blockbuster? Man, that seems ages ago.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
That was the good.
Or Hollywood Video. So we get a movie, we rent it, bring it home, and we used to make root beer floats with vanilla ice cream and root beer. So that right there kind of brings me back to my childhood. The third and last one is what I read before. It's going to be Sprite with strawberry syrup, strawberry ice cream, whipped cream, and rainbow sprinkles. And this is currently, if I can get it out, there we go. It's power struggle. This is it right here. You can kind of see the rainbow sprinkles a little bit, but Sprite with strawberry syrup, this should be interesting. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, do I recommend this at the Golden Horseshoe? Which again, it is a Magic Key exclusive, so if you do not have a Magic Key, you won't be able to get this. But out of 5, I'm going to actually give this a 5. I was not disappointed. I thought it was very well executed. There's no complaints, besides probably my sugar and cholesterol going through the roof, but that's okay. I'm willing to do it for you guys. But I want to thank everybody for joining today on Theme Park Conductor. seeing everything that I tried at DCA for Festival of Holidays, hanging out with my good friend George, the Disney Italiano from Holo Gelato, and now trying this exclusive Magic Key trio of drinks at the Golden Horseshoe. What an absolute treat it's been. The only downside is the rain, but if I'm gonna fight through the rain, I'd rather do it with a dear friend of mine. So shout out to George from Holo Gelato and his lovely wife Abby, and all the new friends I met today, including Ivan, who messaged me on Instagram earlier today, and he's been a real trooper hanging out with all of us all day today. Rain or sunshine, doesn't matter. But
It takes a lot to put up with us.
it takes a lot to put up with us, especially with George's antics over here, so I don't know. But I want to thank everybody. Make sure to like and subscribe to Theme Park Conductor, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Have a good night, everybody.